Sammy woke up with great anticipation because she and her boyfriend were planning to roll a bed to enhance their relationship. Sammy has 3 good girlfriends. The 4 of them leave for school every day happily. The girlfriends also gave Sammy a condom to use at night. The 4 sisters are very popular at school. In class, Sammy received a bouquet of roses from her boyfriend. She was very satisfied looking at the card full of love, but she also received another bouquet of roses. By the content of the card, she knew it was from her childhood friend. Sammy looked disgusted. Her boyfriend was looking at her with affection from behind. After class, she invited Sammy to a party at her home tonight. Sammy only said perfunctorily that she would see it later. The boyfriend also received an invitation from his boyfriend. It was said to be a great party, so they decided to go together in the evening. 4 Sisters Club blatantly ridiculed Juliet, a girl from school. Juliet saw them. She would just walk past without looking up. At the end of the night, everyone was having a good time at the party. Juliet came over too. Linda went over to Juliet and taunted her. The 2 of them got into a fight. The 3 sisters also went to help Linda cheer. At once, a war between women broke out at the party. Juliet runs away. The 4 sisters planned to leave the party. Sammy saw that her boyfriend had drunk too much and left him alone. Valentine's Day plans go down the drain. The good mood of the 4 sisters does not seem to be affected. While driving on the road, Sammy took a look at the time, 12:38. Just before the clock hit 39 minutes, they were involved in a car accident. The next day Sammy woke up and felt something was wrong, because the scene was exactly the same as yesterday. Linda picked them up and left for school as usual. On the way, her best friend gave Sammy a condom. At the beginning of class, Sammy still received roses from her boyfriend. After class, Sammy is still invited to the party at night by her boyfriend. Sammy felt that all this is not normal. After arriving at the party, Sammy confided in her boyfriend, but her boyfriend thinks she just doesn't want to have sex. She was just making up an excuse. Sammy watched in horror as all this happened at the party. Linda and Juliet get into a fight. Juliet runs away. It's exactly like it happened yesterday. As the 4 sisters drove home, Sammy kept reminding Linda to watch the road. Be safe. She didn't want to see a repeat of yesterday's tragedy. Sammy looked at the time on her phone and saw that it was 12:39, and sure enough, they had a car accident. Receiving roses for a party and having a car accident. Sammy woke up 2 days in a row on Valentine's Day. Her life seemed to start repeating itself endlessly. On the 3rd day, Sammy decided to do something to break this repetitive life, so she turned down her hairdresser's invitation to the party. The 4 sisters decided to spend the holiday at Sammy's house. Sammy stared uneasily at the time of 12:39. She was excited that everyone was safe and sound, but in the middle of the night she received a message that Juliet had committed suicide. On the 4th day, Sammy woke up. She realized that the repetition hadn't been broken. Sammy no longer knew what to do. She didn't try to change anything. She went through the day exactly as she always did. On the 5th day, she started to give up on herself. Every day was the same anyway, so she did something extreme. She put on heavy makeup, wore revealing clothes. She had a big fight with her family, and broke up with her best friend for good. Linda kicked her out of the car, let her walk to school by herself. After receiving the roses, Sammy threw them all in the trash. She also confronted the male teacher in class. The hairdresser watched Sammy's strange behavior, sent her a small note that said, "This is not the real you." Sammy simply tore up the note and threw it away. After coming to the party, Sammy found her boyfriend and had sex with her directly. "I thought this would be a good way to give up on myself." Instead, Sammy crouched in the corner and cried. The hairy boy came to comfort her. She reminisced about the fun they had as kids. Sammy's mood stabilized, but she was afraid to go home again. She was afraid of waking up to a repeat of the day, so she slept at her childhood friend's house. On the 6th day, Sammy still woke up at home. It was as if she suddenly knew what she had to do. All this time, Sammy had been very bad-tempered with her family. She saved the worst of her emotions for her family. She decided to spend a good day with her family. She hugged her lovely sister and brought the family of 4 to a dinner party. Her mother recalled how kind Sammy really was as a child. "One time when we went horseback riding, Sammy didn't want each horse feel left out. She rode every horse for a while, but now that she's grown up, Sammy had become less kind. Sammy would tease other girls with her friends, dating a boy she didn't like just because the boy was cool. He was liked by many girls. Purposely kept her distance from her hairdresser just because he seemed a little weird, not popular. Sammy decided to be true to herself, break up with her boyfriend, thanking her hairdresser who has always cared for her quietly, apologized to Juliet and advised her not to commit suicide. Juliet has been bullied and teased at school. She had lost all hope in life. Sammy still couldn't persuade Juliet. After all, a wound that deep, not Not a word or two of reassurance can erase. Day 7. Sammy woke up without her usual panic and anxiety. She knew how she was going to get through the day. Sammy hugged everyone in the family, showed her love to everyone, talking to her girlfriends. She made a point of thanking everyone for the warmth they gave her. Sammy gave a bouquet of roses to her hairdresser. She changed her usual indifferent attitude. She agreed to go to the party. Then Sammy found her boyfriend and broke up with him. She stops her girlfriends when they laugh at Juliet. After the party, Sammy ran out after Juliet, persuading Juliet to stick it out. When Juliet was thinking about crashing the car, Sammy pushed Juliet over. She crashed into the car herself. At that moment, many images came to Sammy's eyes. All of them were happy times. The endless repetition of Sammy's life finally came to an end. As soon as she realized how to live it, life was over. You start by sending us a profound question. There are 365 days in a year. Has 365 days passed or only one day has passed? And then repeated 365 times.